Welcome back to Library Choice YouTube channel. Today we'll be learning how to make this beautiful padded, simple and elegant sleeve. It's very simple and it's really elegant. If this is what you would like to learn, kindly stay tuned to the end of this tutorial. Thank you. Okay, so to make this sleeve, I'll be working with a measurement of 7.5 inches on fold. You can see this is on fold by around 7 inches too. Okay, so you can also measure the bicep you're working with, but remember that it has to have allowance. This shouldn't be too tight because there's still going to be wadding or foam inside the sleeve to make it stand. So when I open it up, this is what I have. So the next thing now is for me to cut two of this. Then after cutting two of this, I'm going to be cutting a wadding or foam, and then I'm going to be gumming it to one side of the fabric. So I'll do that now and bring it back to show us. Okay, so now I've cut my wadding. I don't have enough wadding, that's why you're seeing it in patches like this. So this is what I have now, and this is what I'm working with. But in your own case, you just need to cut your wadding in a singular form. It doesn't have to have all this, and then you leave allowances for sewing it on the tips. Okay, so I've gone ahead to add this together by ironing it, and this is what I have. And this is the second fabric that I cut, and this is going to be serving as a lining. So to sew it now, I'm going to be placing this right side facing right side, and then I'm going to be sewing it half inch or whatever allowance that you intend to sew with on this side and on this side. So I'm going to sew that now, and then I'm going to bring it back to show us. Okay, so I'm going to have to sew it here and here, and the next thing I'm going to do now is to turn it to the right side. Okay, so I've been turned to the right side now, and then I can take it to the ironing table to give it a good press. But I'll just continue like that. So the wadding that I have under it is just like a padding for it, and if you touch it now, you can see that it's a bit foamy. So after that, now the next thing I'm going to do now is to make lines like my style line, where I'm going to be running a thread. So the thread is just for like creating like a pleating illusion and to beautify the sleeve. So now you need to determine how many intervals you want in between each of your lines. So now I think I want to do like half inch. So you can measure this half inch, or you can just eyeball it. You can do 1 inch, and you can also do like 3/4 of an inch. So I'm going to be doing like an half inch interval now, and then I'm going to chalk it on the wrong side. Okay, so after doing an half inch here, I hope you can see this visibly. Okay, so now I'm going to move it again and do another one, and then I'll move it again. So these lines that I have here, I'll take this to my sewing machine now, and then run a stitch through this line using a matching thread. Okay, so I may decide to use like a white thread so that we can see it, because this is a tutorial. But if you are doing this for you, use a thread that is going to match your clothes exactly. Okay, so you can decide to even check the intervals that will just go well with the fabric you have before you start chalking it. Let's say it's half inch that will go around with it, and you won't have excess, then you work with your half inch, and like that. So now the next thing I'm going to do now is to take it to the sewing machine and then run a stitch through these lines that I have here. Okay, so now I've run my stitches, and as you can see, I try to use like a fuchsia pink thread so that we can see it well. So you can iron this flat now before you pleat it. And also, this is also beautiful. It doesn't even have to be a sleeve. If you want to pass like a band to your peplum, you can just use this design to just beautify it and not make your band plain. So now to complete this sleeve, now the next thing we are going to do now is to fold this into half like this. Don't press it too much so that it won't lose its bouncy effect here, and then you're just going to pleat it around the midpoint area like this. Okay, and then take it to your sewing machine now and hold it with a stitch there, and then on the other side too you're going to pleat it, just so that they have the same length here. And by the time you pleat it, this is what you will have. Okay, so by the time I'm done with pleating now, I'll take it to the mannequin so that we will see what the sleeve is looking like on the mannequin. You can see it's a very simple do it yourself sleeve, and it is very, very elegant. So if you have something like a sleeveless, you can quickly use this to fix like a sleeve on it, and it will come out really beautiful. Okay, so I'm just going to take this to the sewing machine now to complete it, and then we will see what we have on the mannequin. Okay, so this is the sleeve now. You can see the stitch. I just stitched it here to hold the pleats together, and then I held it with a pin. So you can see the effect this is giving us. And like I said, this place shouldn't be too tight because it should be free and standing around it. The scuba that we inserted in between it will just help it to stand, and you can see how lovely this is looking and how simple it is to make this sleeve. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you enjoyed it, give this a thumbs up, let us know in the comment section, share with your friends, like, comment and subscribe to our channel if you haven't, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.